welcome to another episode of Sisterhood. On this episode,
we're going to be talking about feminism.
I am a feminist, whether you like it or not.
I'm a feminist.
Whatever you think it means, feminism does not mean that we hate men.
Not everyone has to be like that.
By having these conversations, hopefully we're not going to trigger negative discourse. I'm for the women, all the way.
I think we can safely say, you know, like feminism is not really about hating men, to be honest. It's really about just like fighting for all genders, but just specifically looking at gendered issues, risks, and impacts towards women and girls within any context or community.
I think it's
country.
like any other movement. You're looking at the situation and you're looking at the one that seems to be less privileged or the one that seems to be receiving the shorter end of the stick and saying, I want that person to know that they have the power to change the narrative for themselves and for the people around them.
That is so true.
But how are you going to do that? Please remember that there are people who are making conscious decisions and you can't change those people's mindsets always. So
just decisions of remaining single,
but you can't change their mindsets.
That's what it
is.
I think it's
so
about
you can educate
their eyes, just so you know.
The important thing is that people know what they have.
How do you open an African woman's eyes?
Very slowly.
Like
Because but that's what I'm saying.
Very slowly.
You can tell. You can take a horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink.
No, but this is
about feminism.
Horses,
I feel like the important girl.
No,
it's not about horses.
It's a metaphor.
No, I'm saying like it's not about forcing anything. I think it's just like the random cousin I'm saying. It's like she comes in thinking her only option is to get married. Our job as feminists is just say, just so you know, you can either choose A, B, or
educate.
C. Yeah.
Ultimately, I think when it comes to these movements, the important thing is to understand that we're trying to educate people. We're trying to spread awareness so that people know, okay, there is a bit of a distance between men and women, and we're trying to bridge that gap. We're trying to just make things better for women.
Hi. Are you guys gonna make some space for me? Yeah. You know, feminism is also about niggas, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's someone I really look up to when it comes to the film industry, and she said the important thing that you have to realize is that when you're trying to uplift women, you need men as allies. Because without you guys understanding it,
then it's structural
attack. Now we're just talking to each other about what we already know.
Exactly. We need men to be like, okay, no, I believe that. So I don't know. What do you think about feminism?
It stops becoming a kitchen party. Yeah, man. I feel like we need to coexist. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we think we need to coexist as human beings because, like, there's some things like us guys think is actually like normal, and to you is like a big no-no. You know what I mean?
So how do we get the message across? Because I feel like even
gender wars
in movies when feminism is represented, it's exaggerated in terms
because
of
it's a Eurocentric
how it looks.
feminist.
But sometimes you could just be at a party and a guy says something like,
"Can I buy you a drink?"
I don't know, something that you just
my point exactly.
Okay.
My point exactly.
Let me buy you a drink, but because you don't understand feminism and you have never really took time to research, and maybe you're just downloading the global feminism, you're gonna think, 50-50. Why do you think like you can buy me a drink?
And there goes our radical
and it's like, but
that's just crazy. All right, look at it this way. All right, yo, shorty, how you doing? You looking beautiful. My God, whoa! Can I buy you a drink? All right, sure. The next round's on you. Why would with the fact that I said, Kuti, let me buy you a drink? You're thinking, you know, you're looking at yourself like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Be nice to you.
Yeah.
People can be nice
Yeah, especially if you're pretty.
No, I mean things like, okay, for me, the one that upsets me
usually the piranhas that are nice.
Upsets you personally?
The one that upsets me personally is when a man says you don't need makeup, because I feel like it's unsolicited advice from someone who's trying to tell me what to do with the things I bought.
Do you know what? There are things that I feel like can
Hey, meet at kitchen tea party. And then I'm here, right? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna speak for some of my brethren. The makeup thing, you know what I mean? I'll say this, you know, you can hate me, whatever. You guys look different.
Of course. That's
the point.
Right? Yeah. Let me finish. Friday night, you're this. Saturday morning, you're this. So us men, we just want to see the legit, the original person. You know
But you should, I think, you know what?
I
think the statement when you started saying like, let me speak for my fellow brethren.
Yeah.
I think maybe you should like change that part, because I know for a fact there are different type of men. There are other men who actually like women in makeup.
Yeah.
So I think we should be aware of that. Maybe like our vocabulary, say some men.
That's what I said. My brethren, not their brethren. My brethren, the guys I have drinks with and talk about these things with.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I remember like for someone like me, let me just give out an example. Because you know, with like feminism, for me, I'm a gender justice activist. So I really look into what did you do to that?
Justice, cow. Okay, you know what I mean? Come on. No, I'm a cool.
So like for someone like me, like being in the media space, for example, you already know that they're embedded
with
gender
vampires and
discriminations.
leeches
Like,
and Satan.
No, gender discrimination.
Yeah.
Just because you're a woman, you can't really operate a camera, all these other things. So it's like there was a time where, you know, I had to like present something or be in front of a camera. There are times where I don't even want to wear makeup, you know what I'm saying? But this is a woman thing you might not understand. But the producer's a man. Like the way they it's sometimes it's even in the tone, like the language, how you say something and how it lands to the other person. Where the other person is gonna be very apprehensive, like, how are you gonna tell me like how I have to look? Because if I have to look into the camera and say, okay, this is my natural face, let it be the natural face. And sometimes I can wear makeup. We can do that.
Actually, that's what I was saying. I'm like, we need to have men as allies, because sometimes it's not even conscious. And don't say it by attacking them. Just be like,
they need to be educated more.
Okay, wait.
Make the effort.
But what I'm saying is,
because I feel like they're low effort.
what
for
I'm
real.
saying is, not everyone is educated or knows as much as you know, right? So sometimes if a man says something that you feel like is maybe offensive or whatever, you can be like, no, I think maybe you should try say it in this tone. Don't attack.
Men.
Don't attack.
That's the right
men.
conversation.
This is starting to sound like a kitchen tea party. Okay, basically, listen, girls.
I think he wants to say one more
Okay,
thing.
okay. All right, okay. And so but I've noticed, right? I'm all for feminism because, you know what I mean, I was raised by women. Like, it's just like me and my dad in our family, just a bunch of women. So I love women so much and I respect them. See, the thing is, Panichimechi, you guys want to say, you're allowed to say something on our behalf, but we're not allowed to say something on your behalf. So if we don't fix that, we won't be able to coexist. You get me?
Because you're majority. You were born.
You see what I'm saying?
Power.
Me, like.
You were born with the power.
But the same way that
racism.
Because I feel like it will help explain how it feels to be on the other side. As a black, the same way a white person cannot say nigger.
Understand.
The same way.
No. Like, no, I understand I understand what you're saying. For me, my issue with that statement is when we live in a society right now culturally where being born a man, you already have like my powers, like
we're
yes, true, very true.
And also, exactly.
Mad privilege, I agree.
So for me, it's more of like educate yourself and be very aware that you have privilege than us. For us, we have to fight all the time. And historically, the black woman, African woman is the most disrespected person.
Why?
I think when you say we have to fight all the time, that comes back to what I was saying, Kuti. That is almost borderlining radical. Because
but we fight?
Wait, let me finish.
Fight.
We do fight all the time for
No, guys, because you're looking at everything as a fight.
It is.
It's a
historically,
struggle.
you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but historically it is. We be fighting.
The reason why I feel like it is a personal opinion of mine, but I feel like one of the things that happens is that when you look at everything as a fight, you'll never get on the same page. Because it's not about, you want them to understand. So why are you fighting?
We fight.
No. You need to make them understand.
We want them to understand.
It's not a fight.
We're fighting even with, listen, there are different types of fighting. There's advocacy.
Not the
There's
fight.
Not the fight you're thinking out.
Fight.
Because we have
Not
initiatives.
fight.
It's not fighting. fighting like I'm fighting you because you're a man.
It's
No.
just
Yeah.
initiative.
What we have
What it's called.
against gender-based violence. That's fighting.
What
our rights.
what
That's
what
marching.
you're doing is
What I'm
similar
saying
to
is-
what you said. Sometimes it's in the tone in which they speak.
Yeah.
It's not about what they said. So
Yeah,
even when
yeah.
you're trying to communicate your issues, I'm not saying you guys are wrong. And
Yeah.
men do need to understand their privilege. But in the case where you meet a man, he's grown. You can't teach him from grade 1.
No.
You're meeting a person that's already 25.
Yeah.
They've been raised a certain way. You're trying to educate them. It's not about fighting that person. It's about educating. Educating needs to also work with how you're saying it, what you're saying. Because a person doesn't always know that they're in the wrong.
Yeah.
You don't know who's doing it consciously and who's doing it subconsciously. So if you come with the energy of, you are wrong, the tone in which you're saying it, that's very offensive.
And I'm
I'd
just
rather
gonna
say,
come back and fight
I'm
you.
not gonna come with the same tone.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was saying. I'm like, you need to also understand that you're communicating with a human being that can hear you, Anditi. It's not about, if you come with this term mentality of saying fight, I'm not saying you're physically fighting.
Because
but if
baby,
you
that's why
use
I
the
got
word-
you wrong. Because you
No,
were saying
don't
so
say
fight because
physically.
we are
No, I'm
fighting.
saying,
Yeah.
Kuti, don't use, but I'm saying don't use the word fight. It's a negatively.
We can't
acqui-
stop.
it's
No, we can't take it
it's
out.
attached to negative connotation. If you understand the way
Same
English
thing
language
with,
works,
same thing
negative
with the term
connotation.
feminism. Same thing with feminism as a term. It is already a connoted
to
as
what
if we are fighting.
That we are
Yeah, it's-
opposing
And
something.
then you
Because
say,
You remember when we started
you
this
guys said
episode?
it's not opposing. You
No,
said
it is.
you're uplifting women.
No,
Yes,
now
we
you
are.
change
No, no,
it.
no, wait.
How is that
Let me-
opposing?
When
Now
we
you're
started,
opposing.
no, when we
There's
started, when we started,
design,
but when we
ka.
started, the episode, what did I say? Feminism is what it's literally fighting and opposing the patriarchal system that's already there.
Yeah.
That's subjugating. That's
Okay, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
So when
But
we
that's what I'm
so
saying.
the
Kuti, the manner
terminology
in which
itself.
you guys do it.
No, I
That's
don't
how
think
we get
there's
to
a
the
manner.
bitter
I
women
don't think
thing.
there's a women.
People
I
no
think there's a
longer
manner.
appreciate feminism for what it is
But-
when it comes to
but there's no
appreciating
ma-
women.
You're
Because you guys
literally
attack-
pacifying
you're not supposed
us
to attack
with
men.
language. That's what you're doing right now.
Okay, guys, can I ask a question?
Language.
Hello.
Language.
Hi, teacher. All right, listen. Okay. All right, there was a time. May I know for a fact that in Africa, right, women were queens? Yes. Right? We're agreeing.
Yes.
We are agreeing. Hey, men and women are agreeing. Wonderful. All right. Check this out. Yes. All right. Okay. So, y'all are queens. All of you are queens, right? Andrika. Because in here carries the whole nation, the world, actually. Right? No. We love that. Sheesh. Okay. So, but then, I want us to figure out when that thing just got cut off. Now, where black women, when African women started being treated like weird.
I wish you
That's
were
where
here
we need
when
to focus
started.
at right now.
I really wish you were
Because
here when we
feminism,
started.
that's all semantics. That's like tomatoes, like, you know what I mean?
No,
we
I
need
don't think
to.
it's, I wish you were here when we really started because I mentioned this. Like, I feel like every time when we talk about this, like, gender wars type of is the chicken and egg like conversations, it will seem like as if we're fighting each other. But at the end of the day, it's like we really have to be open-minded to see that we are now living in a global world. Literally, someone can go online and download a whole personality with what they see. So terminology, again, with language, we pride ourselves with 16 languages. But when you say like, oh, it's the tone that you use, yeah, of course, the tone is there. But we cannot pacify an activist with the language that they use because the other person is feeling offended with the fact.
Yeah.
It's easier to speak with a qualitative or a quantitative research if we want to decipher a whole conversation.
So that's a wrap from us from Sisterhood. I hope you enjoy getting all the tips and tricks from our amazing guests. Be sure to catch us next time on our next episode. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Bye.
So get your paper and do what you want to. Let them say what